Hey people, it's me again. So, anyways, it's a little bit after 2 p.m. It's still October 29th, and you guys are going to get a 2-for-1 audio-only vlog at this point, because for me, I have to be a bit more random when it comes to this, instead of just being everything all routine, scheduled, that sort. Because the first 2 audio only vlogs at this point were scheduled, 2 weeks apart, and I rather now do more of a random thing at this point, because now that I'm kind of taking a break from uploading videos on my main channel at this point, but part of it is just simply having to start on a minimal diet, and basically that sort of thing with that guy, to tell the truth. I don't really want him to know too much about me too soon, as far as what my current whereabouts, as far as mentally and emotionally, because since I'm going to be dedicating, a certain amount of time for like therapy and all this, and I just don't really want to get too preoccupied when it comes to that. So, anyways, the reason I'm out here in the main street is so this way I can be away from the house, not have to be pestered into, paying attention to somebody else's, needs, no matter how serious or trivial it may seem, and I need that sort of thing, as far as that goes. But I think this first other step, and when it comes to like therapy and all, and I think I'm probably going to suggest that sort of thing early on at that point, but it's just as a way for me to get used to like living with other people at that point, not just simply with just mom and my brothers and my dad and all. And to tell the truth, I did have that opportunity to do that there back right around the end of high school, at that point when it was like the early part of the adult transition there, as far as when they were just looking for us to get a new home, get out of like a different living situation. But I wasn't really emotionally ready to do that at that time, because there was so much shit that was going on at the time, and for me it was just way too personal, way too complicated for me to explain at the moment, and it was about a week prior, well, actually 2 weeks prior, because that was when I finally got on that guy's live stream on TikTok at that point. So as far as that goes, with that whole story, is they were talking he was talking with one of the other people, and how in some ways there was this topic that hit close to home as far as that goes. And in a way, it's also one of the things that happened like on an episode of Queer as Folk, like in the first season, where Vic was falsely accused of doing something, and that sort of thing. And there's just certain people get caught in those type of stings, and that's what I've been holding in for so long about that. But it's just far too complicated for me to explain that sort of thing. But it was one of the things that, if I would have known that, I could have just sent him a message on Facebook Messenger, or a DM or something like that, or even on TikTok, to kind of tell him about there was just certain things that I wanted to talk to him in private and all, because I wanted to get closer to him in that sense, because I still feel this sort of attraction to him and all, but yet, when I started manifesting him, I think he was aware of this sort of thing early on, but then, and I just, didn't detach quick enough. But it was just that whole Kundalini awakening was tempting, but then I think I was setting myself up for that Kundalini awakening, and I did wanted to achieve that sort of Kundalini awakening in the last 17 years off and on trying, but I just never thought I could achieve that, as far as that goes. And there was one of the things there that I wish I was just a bit more specific when it came to the manifesting and all that. But that was like the first time I manifested something big, and when it came to multiple people at once in that sense. And mainly, it was that guy from Finland that I talked about there, he was like, why would I say in past tense? I mean, he is like, what I would want, but then, as I said to, I think it was my brother and my mom about the whole thing with that guy there, that there's only a couple problems that would hinder that relationship, and I don't even know if I could do that there, because the fact was, although that guy from Finland also has keratoconus as much as I do, but he doesn't really drive, because part of it is the keratoconus, part of it is because, when there's someone that's from Finland or other parts of Europe, they're not used to driving, as far as that goes, because they're more used to biking, taking the bus, metro, that sort of thing. But I felt this sort of strong connection with him, that I was just kind of confused about, whether or not I'm going to have like some kind of relationship with him or not. But the other problem was, it's just that he was like, one of the first things he mentioned to me was like how he was waiting for his green card because it's been about like 2 years, I suppose, and or was it 3 years, I suppose, because he was married for 2, but divorced for 2.5 years, and I don't know. I I do want to be with that guy as well, but there's also other things. It's just simply it's allergic to cats and dogs, and that kind of. But I think it's just I don't really remember how bad it was because I remember where he complained, where he worked and how all these people were, would bring their dogs, like, like even dogs that aren't really supposed to be used for like emotional support animals or whatever you would call it, you know, like they're trying to game the system. And that was the thing he was complaining about. But then he never really once, you know, but it was just only told me about about that he was divorced and that sort of thing, and having all these different relationships of that sort. But it was just simply, that his heart was kind of like been knocked around a lot, and the fact that you know he complained about like how that there were certain guys that wanted something more, but I don't know. I think to tell the truth of this sort of thing, I could be just friends with that guy from Finland if it just goes to this sort of point, I suppose. Because I don't really have to be with this guy. I could put all that attention and energy onto the other guy if I choose to at this point. Especially the fact that I said that I wanted him so badly that was willing to move heaven and nerve to be with him. And it just gets even such heartache and pain. I just want to be with him someday. But I just want to know what is the right time for me to be in his life. Because deep down, I think I love him. I think I love that guy. But I just don't know if I should give him my heart. Because I want to give him my heart. And I just don't understand that. I just don't understand. I feel better like letting this all out. But I'm just not sure what I'm supposed to do here. Because I'm at a loss. And it's just feel confused about everything. So, I guess I could probably just wrap this up anyway, because this is just a smaller one. So anyways, I guess that's it.